looking ahead to week 2 against the Bears, who should be 0-1. Let me get that out there right now. Bears were down 23-6 towards the end of the third quarter. Lions became the fourth team since 2007 to lose a game when up by more than 17 points or more entering the fourth quarter. Teams have been 781-3 in that span. Holy shit. Wow. Only Detroit, right? I'm sure the Giants are the other teams that are on that short list as well. A lot of talk about Mitch Trubisky. He played well enough to beat out Nick Foles, who the Bears brought in for a lot of cash. And he rewarded the faithful by throwing for 3 touchdowns, although they were, it all came very late in the game. Bears were 19% on third downs, so not very efficient on third downs. And we talked about Allen Robinson. He requesting a trade, and a lot of people saying that the Giants should be a landing spot for him. It's not like he was not given enough attention or love or affection in this game. 9 targets, 5 completions for 74 yards, but it's not nothing to sneeze at, my man. So interesting that he's demanding a trade. Apparently he's changed up all his socials to remove any mention of the Bears and any photos of him in a Bears uniform. So looks like he's probably on the outs. What can the Giants offer him besides Evan Ingram? I don't know. And do you want that on your ball club? That's the other thing. I've always wondered, there's been such a push for clubhouse chemistry and having that kind of positive attitude in the locker room and making sure that everyone's on, all for one for all. How does that work when there's a guy that's demanding a trade from a team? I know that, and that's kind of why I ruled out Jacksonville in my survivor pool, when I picked the Colts multiple times over, because it was so many goddamn players from the Jags have worn it out. Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Fournette, then you have, I think, Malik Jackson or someone else, Yannick Ngakoue wanted out and got out. So you have Fournette, Ramsey, all those guys wanted out and got out and talk shit about the organization afterwards. And yet the Jags are 1-0. So it's maybe that was a good thing for Jacksonville. Duval. So do we want to bring in a guy who is bailing on his team so early in the season after week 1? That's my 2 cents. Now, that said, he's a tremendous talent, and I kind of would love to have him on the ball club just for his talent alone. And he gives you another dimension to the team that we just don't have at this point. And at this point, I think I'm okay with getting rid of Ingram. What a difference a year makes. After that Redskins win last year at home, I was like, Evan Ingram's the man. We should lock him up for the next 10 years. Generational talent, blah, blah. It's just unless they open their eyes and wake up and learn how to use him properly, you might, and that's what will ultimately kill us and kill me in the process is we trade him and an OC realizes, no one knows how to use you and this is how you use you. And then he goes off and becomes a Hall of Famer. Ugh. The Lions had multiple opportunities to win this game. Missed field goal and an interception in the fourth. And, DeAndre Swift just drops the ball on the game winner. And, I guess I'm a bit of a masochist, sadomasochist, whatever. But I'm not. I don't usually like watching people in pain, get hit or fall or break. I just can't watch that shit. But there's something about watching people react, fans react to either game winners, big good moments or big bad moments. And watching the Detroit Lions fans react because they initially go nuts, yeah. And then there's the one guy who's no, and points to the screen and everyone looks and is just devastated. I guess, I don't know. I'm sorry to any Lions fans because it's tough. I've said it multiple times, if the Giants are not part of the equation, then I'm pulling for the likes of the Lions. It used to be the Browns, but like, fuck the Browns after everything they've said about the Giants. And how about OBJ just like loving to get pooped on? How do you get to that point? Is it just like, you've run through too much of everything else and you just like, it's a bucket list thing? I don't know. But so what should we expect from what's my prediction with the Giants versus the Bears? It's in Chicago. I think we're like 5.5 point underdogs, which are you saying that the Bears are as good as the Steelers? How does that work? I don't know, but I think I'm going to take the Giants all day on that spread. I really do think that they're going to come out of this with a win. I don't see us going 0-2. We should have won in Chicago last year, and that was when we were not at 100%. And I feel like we have a better defense. We're a little healthier, better coaching staff, better scheme. Hopefully Jason Garrett takes some smelling salts before the game and understands that you can't just be so predictable and that you have to give Jones the ability to audible out of really bad, pre-snap alignments. And I think we win. I really do. I don't know what Golden Tate's situation is. Jesus Christ, Edwin Diaz. I don't know what Golden Tate's deal is, but I feel confident that we'll come out of this with a win. It's not going to be pretty, I think I said that last week about this week, but I can't see us losing. I think with another week under a belt, with some actual game film and tape to look at as opposed to these bullshit blue-white scrimmages, the coaching staff has a much better understanding of their players' capabilities, where their shortcomings are. And this is a staff that is going to work quickly and efficiently to correct all that. I think Trubisky is going to have a shit game. I think we're going to get a lot of pressure on him. You're going to see a similar third down conversion rate, 19% or fewer from him. So it's really how our offense performs against this defense. And if Khalil Mack is lining up on Cam Fleming, we're in a world of hurt. And I hope Jason Garrett understands that and lends Cam Fleming some help. Not with Evan Ingram. I mean, maybe if you want to chip with Ingram and he goes out, but I'd rather see Toilolo or Caden Smith, helping out Cam Fleming on the right side if Mack is lined up on that side. And, pass to run. I know they want to run and establish the run. I think it's going to be a situation until the offensive line gets their shit act together that you're going to have to pass to run. But I honestly, truly believe that this offense, that the running game is going to come along. This 15 carry, 6-yard stat line for Saquon is an anomaly. I think you could tell he was super frustrated in the post-game press conference, and he was emotional, and he did a pretty decent job of containing the emotion and restraining, but you could tell he was pissed and not happy with the way either he played, probably the way he played, probably the way the offensive line played, probably with just everything that went on, feeling like he could have done more. Maybe he wasn't given the right opportunities, what have you. So I think he comes out with a fucking vengeance and balls out. Maybe the Bears compensate for Darius Slayton, and that opens up things for Shep and maybe Tate if he comes back. But yet again, we talked about Yitem and Logan Ryan being very new to everything, and probably that's why they're slow to react or reacting the wrong way. I think the same can be said for guys like CJ Board and Damian Ratley. These are two dudes that weren't with the ball club and are trying to play catch up. So another week of learning. another week of getting better. I know the results look the same, but winnable game against the Steelers, arguably one of the better teams in the AFC if Big Ben stays healthy. Definitely one of the better defenses. And our defense has shown flashes that have gone beyond any flashes I've seen. There have been flashes here and there that I mentioned in 2019, 2018, but for the most part, it was just like, 50-50, 75-25. This seems like it was more of an 80-20, 90-10. We're still letting down at like bad times, but I feel like it's easily adjustable. I don't believe that the Bears have a better defense than the Steelers. So we're going to see more, we didn't punt that much, I don't believe, against the Steelers. So I feel, maybe we're not going to score a lot of touchdowns, but we'll get a lot of field goals. And as long as these drives are ending with field goals and not punts, I have the confidence that our defense will step up and make plays against Mitchell the Bitchel. So that's the Giants. Thanks for tuning in and sticking around. We'll talk to you soon. Adios, muchachos.